Have you ever wondered why some people seem to accumulate wealth effortlessly, while others struggle despite working hard their entire lives? Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad isn't just a book about finance. It's a revelation that challenges everything you thought you knew about money, education, and the path to true financial freedom. This summary will guide you through its most powerful insights, breaking down each key concept and showing you how you can apply these life-changing lessons to your own life. Devour this summary. Each chapter will not only explain Kiyosaki's profound teachings, but also offer practical insights on how you can implement these recommendations to build your own path to wealth. If you're ready to leave the rat runner mentality behind and start building a solid financial future, keep watching. This video is structured into 6 chapters, each dedicated to a fundamental lesson from the book. Chapter 1. Rich people don't work for money. Kiyosaki's first and perhaps most impactful lesson is that rich people don't work for money. Money works for them. Kiyosaki compares the philosophies of his poor dad, his biological father, a highly educated government employee, and his rich dad, his best friend's father, a high school dropout entrepreneur. While his poor dad advised him to go to school, earn a good degree, and get a secure job, his rich dad taught him the importance of financial literacy and acquiring income-generating assets. A key example is how Rich Dad put Kiyosaki and his friend to work in his store for very low wages. At first, they felt exploited, but then Rich Dad explained that it wasn't about the money, but about learning how to make money work for them. He taught them how to identify opportunities to make money beyond a salary, such as buying old comics, stockpiling them, and selling them for a profit. This experience showed them that the key isn't to work harder for a salary, but to understand how finance works and make capital generate more capital. Based on what this chapter has said, you should consider shifting your focus from earning a salary to acquiring or creating assets that generate passive income. Chapter 2. Why teach financial literacy? Kiyosaki argues that traditional education prepares us to be employed or self-employed, but not to be financially savvy. School teaches us to read, write, and add, but not how to manage money, invest, or understand the concepts of assets and liabilities. Rich Dad insisted that financial literacy is more important than a degree. The author illustrates this with the concept of the rat race. People work, earn money, pay taxes, and spend the rest, only to go back to work and repeat the cycle. They never break out of this cycle because they don't understand how to invest their money or how to make their assets generate income. Rich Dad, in contrast, focused on teaching Kiyosaki and his friend the difference between an asset, something that puts money in your pocket, and a liability, something that takes money out of your pocket. A house, for example, can be a liability if it has a mortgage and significant maintenance expenses, but it can become an asset if it's rented out and generates income. Based on what this chapter has said, you should consider investing time in learning about personal finance, investing, and how markets work beyond your formal education. Chapter 3. Mind your own business. This lesson emphasizes the importance of building a strong asset base, rather than just focusing on your profession or employment. Kiyosaki doesn't suggest quitting your job, but rather while working, start building your own business by investing in assets. Your job generates income, but that income should be used to acquire assets that, in turn, generate more income. For example, while a doctor is busy seeing patients, he can use part of his income to buy real estate, stocks, or start a side business that doesn't require his constant presence. These assets are his true business and, over time, can generate enough passive income so that the doctor doesn't rely solely on his practice. Rich Dad taught that true financial freedom comes when your passive income exceeds your expenses. In line with what has been expressed in this chapter, you should consider using your current salary to acquire income-producing assets, rather than spending it all on liabilities or consumption. Chapter 4. The History of Taxes and the Power of Corporations. Kiyosaki explains how knowledge of the history of taxes can be a significant financial advantage. Originally, taxes were imposed on the wealthy. However, as the government needed more money, the tax burden expanded to the middle class. The wealthy, with their financial education and the use of corporate structures, found legal ways to reduce their tax burden. One example is how corporations can deduct expenses before paying taxes, while employees pay taxes on their gross income. This means that a corporation can spend money on vehicles, travel, or education, and then pay taxes on what remains, while an employee can only spend their money after taxes have been deducted. Rich Dad taught that knowledge of accounting, investing, and tax laws is crucial for the wealthy, as it allows them to operate more efficiently and legally. Based on what has been expressed in this chapter, you should consider educating yourself about tax laws and how corporate structures can help you optimize your personal finances. Chapter 5. The Rich Invent Money. This is one of the most abstract but powerful lessons. The rich don't just invest, they invent or create money opportunities. This means they have the ability to see opportunities where others don't, and to create value where none existed before. It's not just about finding a good investment, but having the creativity and knowledge to structure deals, identify needs, and capitalize on information. Kiyosaki uses the example of a foreclosed property. While most people see a problem or a risk, someone with a rich dad mentality sees an opportunity. They can buy it at a low price, negotiate a good deal with the bank, improve the property, and then sell it at a profit, or rent it out for passive income. Another example is identifying an unserved market niche and creating a business to fill that need, which essentially invents money by offering a new product or service. Based on what has been expressed in this chapter, you should consider developing your creativity and your ability to identify and create valuable opportunities in the market, rather than just pursuing pre-existing investments. Chapter 6. Work to learn, not to make money. Kiyosaki's final and culminating lesson is that true wealth comes not just from having money, but from acquiring skills and knowledge. Instead of seeking the highest-paying job, you should look for jobs that teach you valuable skills, especially those related to sales, marketing, communication, accounting, and investing. Kiyosaki exemplifies this with his own experience. After college, his rich dad advised him to learn sales, even though it wasn't his favorite field. He understood that sales skills were crucial for any entrepreneur. Instead of looking for a job in his field of study, he sought a position that would allow him to learn communication and persuasion, skills he later applied to his own businesses and investments. This approach allows you to accumulate knowledge assets that are invaluable in the long run. Based on what has been expressed in this chapter, you should consider prioritizing the acquisition of valuable and relevant skills for the business and financial world, even if it means a lower starting salary. In conclusion, Rich Dad Poor Dad is much more than a financial manual. It is an invitation to revolutionize your mindset about money and work. It challenges you to question conventional beliefs and take control of your own financial destiny. True wealth is not measured by how much you earn, but by how much you keep, how much it grows, and how long money can work for you. This book equips you with the mental tools to break out of the rat race, build income-generating assets, and ultimately achieve financial freedom. Don't wait for someone else to give you permission to be rich. Start today to educate yourself, invest in yourself, and make money work tirelessly for you. The path to prosperity is within your reach, and the time to start is now. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, and if you want more knowledge, subscribe to the channel.